the story of Pierre and Yolande Korkie's kidnapping in 2013 was one that shook the nation. Their kidnapping by al-Qaeda in the Yemen was described to be mistaken identity, as the captors thought the South Africans were American and demanded about 33 million rand ransom for Pierre. Yolande managed to walk free, but Pierre Korkie never returned home. Now, this past weekend, Yolande Korkie came face to face with the negotiator who secured her freedom from al-Qaeda in 2014. This was the first meeting since that fateful event when the gift of the Givers Yemen Country Manager, al-Hamati, met Yolande. It was also time to finally put the pieces together as to what happened on the 6th of December 2014 when Pierre lost his life in a failed American military raid on his captors. Now, gift of the Givers Yemen Country Manager, al-Hamati, joins us in studio this morning to talk to us about this ordeal. Very good morning to you. Thank you for joining us.
Right, thank you.
Just tell us about this moment first, this weekend, when you reunited with Yolande on Friday. It must have been a very special moment.
Of course. First time I saw Yolande on Friday. I was very happy that I saw Yolande return to her normal life and with her family. In the same moments, I feel a little sad because I don't implement my promise for her to release her husband. I really do my best, but something happened out of my control.
It was very difficult. It was a very difficult time. You risked your life and that of your family in that instance. Tell us about the tough negotiation periods that you had to go through to try and get the release first of Yolande, but also with Pierre. Very difficult.
It was very difficult. So many times it was under really dangerous. So many times I said to Dr. Imtiaz Suleiman, look, if anything happened for me, please take care of my family. Dangerous was many times, especially for one time when we met a leader from al-Qaeda. He was a very aggressive man that he was trying to even arrest us. Also, after I took Yolande, it was very hard mission to cross all checkpoints or all areas that under the control of militants to take Yolande to a safe place.
Now, we of course heard the reports of what happened when Pierre died. Can you tell us your version of what happened with this botched military intervention by America that led to the death of Pierre Korkie?
You know, when I heard that Pierre was killed, Dr. Suleiman sent me a message, said Pierre was killed in American force. They said, I'm shocked really, because I said it was just a few hours was enough to take Pierre out. All logistics arrangements was ready to take Pierre out. Even passport, all things that we need, it was enough to take Pierre out. Just a few hours, but unfortunately.
It was a very difficult time for Pierre Korkie. He went through so much and he stayed strong for so long. He became quite affected and quite ill towards the end of it. Do you think he would have made it back to South Africa if 100% if he wasn't killed in that raid?
Of course. Just a few hours, everything was ready. I can't believe that Pierre was killed, really, because very close. I feel that he was in my hands, but just a few hours what we need, it was enough to take Pierre home.
Now, I want you to sketch the situation for South African viewers in the Yemen with the kinds of let's call it the strength that al-Qaeda and militant groups have in that country. How difficult it is for someone like yourself to deal with an intervention like this.
It's very hard to deal with like these people because everything that is possible. Maybe they can kill you, they can arrest you. But I try to be a friend of all of them. I try to represent myself as a negotiator. Don't have anything on my hands. That's why I try to be friends of them slowly. It's take a long time because we need a peaceful way. It's take a long time and hard effort, but success is guaranteed.
You talk about being arrested by them. So in the Yemen, it's then fair to say that the authorities, the state authorities, are pretty much run by al-Qaeda. Is that accurate?
Yes, sometimes there is so many areas it's even out of control of Yemen state.
Yeah.
That's why we met in the desert, in a very far away areas. Everything was possible in that area.
Now, we understand that Yolande, at the moment, she's working on a book. Has she spoken to you about this book that she's working on, and are you going to work with her on writing this book of this long extended ordeal that you went through with the Korkie family?
I met Yolande and I tried to explain how she was released. Yolande just was released. She don't know how the negotiation was. All the details from where I took Yolande. What's first safe place we arrived at? How was the situation? Okay, because she just released, she don't know all the details. I tried to provide her all the details of the negotiation and take her out. At
that time, what I remember, what happened back with the negotiation, we in South Africa were told at the time that, you know, al-Qaeda was accusing you of taking the money that was being put forward, and that they were going to kill you. That's the news that we got. Was that accurate about what happened at that time, that you were accused of taking the money and that you had to secure your family after that?
Of course, because during the negotiation, I was always say to them, the South African government, they will not pay anything, okay? And they will not, be sure, they will not pay anything. We will try to negotiate to take Yolande out. After that, when there was a visit to Yemen by Deputy Minister, they said, look, he is coming. He'll say to all the media he will not pay, but under the table he pay. Yeah. Then you stole our money. That's why they tried to make threats, direct threats for me. I was forced to leave Yemen on 25th of January.
So that's shocking. Now, before we go, I also have been told that you'll be helping in the Stephen McGann kidnapping case. Is that right? To what extent are you going to be involved?
I met Mohammed Yahya Diko. He's a gift of the Givers negotiator in Mali. I tried to summarize all my experience, all my ideas about how he can deal with these people. Also because I know that the kidnappers have the same ideology.
Thank you very much for joining us today, al-Hamati. We'd like to, here in South Africa, say thank you for the sterling work that you did in the release of Yolande Korkie, and we thought it was absolutely bravery in the extreme. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome.